I'm Eric Schaefer, the CEO and Chief of the Human Factors International Labs. And I've been doing usability work under its many names for 32 years. I've been at the helm at HFI for, over 25. And I'm here to tell you that usability, it's no longer enough. We've been doing usability work all this time. We've been perfecting it. We've been institutionalizing it. But now we need to design for persuasion, emotion, and trust. And that's really the next wave of the information age. We've been through the day when having good hardware was a differentiator. Now it's a commodity. We went through the day when software that just functioned was a differentiator. Now it's a commodity. And now we're reaching the end of the day when usability is a differentiator. You have to have good hardware or things aren't going to work. You have to have good software. You have to have usability. But the differentiator today is becoming designed for persuasion, emotion, and trust, what we call PET. I first noticed that. I was working with a large government in Asia. And I was sitting with them, and they were talking about what they wanted. And they said, we want vibrant websites. I said, vibrant websites. And I'm thinking to myself, no, you want websites where your citizens can find things, and I can see that's not there yet. But they said, yes, we want vibrant websites. And I said, can you show me what you mean? And they said, yes, we have a prototype. And I looked, and the prototype had stuff that wiggles and colors, and you couldn't tell what it was doing. And we tested it later, and we found that the target population, who were CEOs in Europe and the United States, who were thinking about investing in this country, they looked at it and said, well, we don't trust this website because of the way it looks. So clearly, what they wanted was wrong. But I kind of discounted it first, but then I thought more about it and I realized what they want is a website which is persuasive. They want to convince people. And that requires more than just thinking about whether somebody can find the content. Now, if you can't find the content, you can't be persuaded by it. So you still need to do usability. But that aspect of can do, can somebody go ahead and can somebody find the content and understand it and do the transaction? Well, that's a foundation. In many cases, we need to go beyond that. And we need to design for will do. We need to design so that people will go ahead and buy the product, will go ahead and move their company to this Asian country. They will go ahead and ask their doctor about a new drug. They will go ahead and vote for a candidate. And it turns out that that requires a whole set of technologies. It's still human-centered technology. And it still uses many of the skill sets that are fundamental to good usability work. But the perspective is different. Going around the world and training people with our new class on persuasion, it's been really fun because I get to see people's heads explode. Their heads explode because if they've been learning about usability, suddenly there's a whole new perspective. Suddenly the world never looks the same. Because in the persuasion field, our objective shifts. We're no longer just concerned with people's ability to do something and maybe their satisfaction. We're caring about whether they'll make the decision we want. And that's a big change. That's a challenge. And that means applying different methods, and it means that we sometimes conflict with usability. So let's say, in order to get somebody to want to use an interface, I want to give them an experience of the emotion of fiero, or the emotion of feeling effective, efficacy. Well, if I make it brain dead simple, they're not going to feel that. My usability perspective says make it simple. My persuasion perspective is different. If I want to make people feel engaged and committed, it isn't just a matter of making it easy. If I want to have people find the most products as they move through an environment, have you ever been to a shopping mall? And you go into the shopping mall, you walk into Penny's or something, and you're lost. You almost can't get out. And whatever you want, it's in the other side. It's all the way at the back of the store, and then if you want to check out, it's all the way at the other side. And well, the mall designers are stupid. They didn't design it so it was easy for me to use. They didn't use our link analysis and methods that allow us to optimize efficiency. Well, no, it's not that. It's that they're not trying to optimize efficiency entirely. They're also trying to optimize how many things I discover which maybe I didn't realize I wanted, but I do. And so when we design for usability, we have one perspective. That has to be there. Usability is not going away. But in this new wave of the information age, we have to go beyond that. And in many applications, we have to design for persuasion, for emotion, for trust. Decisions that are made are not all made logically. People make their decisions based on emotion and habit. And we have to engineer for those things. And happily, we have the technology to do that. And so this is a new era for our field. We're different than just what an ad agency does. Sure, ad agencies design for persuasion, obviously, but their techniques tend to be pretty simple. They use priming, framing, and conditioning. They use some extrinsic rewards. They give discounts. But there's so many other techniques. The interactive environment gives us lots of ways of making things that engage users more, that gain their commitment, and that persuade people at a whole new level than we ever dreamed of in an interaction with a website or an application. So that's the new wave, and that's what we have to move towards.